what the female, the mothers and the daughters and the sons and the brothers and the thousands and hundreds and thousands people are going through, the Rohingya community. So of course our heart goes out to them. But all said and done, I was in a seminar in a few weeks ago because I think a lot of organizations very relevantly are doing these seminars ahead of the UN Assembly on 30th, and everybody seemed very frustrated with the issue. All the speakers, even the international speakers, experts, they were very frustrated with the issue because it has been going on for so long. When it is a multifaceted and multilateral problem, and I agree with Mr. Solimullah, it's not a diplomatic problem, it's a political problem. And unless and until Bangladesh government have the political will, whoever is in the government have the political will to solve the problem, it will never get resolved. When Bangladesh, I'm representing BNP here, and as you know, or if you may not know, BNP's time when the Rohingya influx started happening back in the early 80s, when President Zia Rahman was the president of the country, and he actually successfully was able to repatriate.
বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু অশুদ্ধতার বিরুদ্ধে এক বিন্দুও ছাড় নয়।
Repatriation was done successfully. Again, when Begum Khaleda Zia was Prime Minister, same Rohingya influx happened, and the repatriation was, we were able to repatriate most of the Rohingya, majority of the Rohingya successfully. And partly the major reason we believe was that both President Zia Rahman and Begum Khaleda Zia during BNP's time were able to engage the international community actively to talk about Rohingya, to look in to talk about Rohingya problem and take this problem seriously. First of all, during President Zia's time, we had a tripartite agreement with Bangladesh, Myanmar, and United Nations. He was able to bring in the Islamic countries. He was able to bring in the ASEAN countries. He was able to bring in our neighborhood countries together to actually have a constructive solution. That did not happen in last 8 years, because last 8 years, as our moderator was saying, we have seen that the last regime, Awami League regime, they have tried to take the credit of giving space to this huge Rohingya community on the humanitarian ground, but in the process that led the Myanmar government and the Arakan army to be more relaxed and comfortable situation. They actually did not do anything. If you remember, we have seen the foreign minister of Myanmar coming to Bangladesh foreign minister going to Myanmar, vice versa, these things, tours happening back and forth, spending government money, but actually nothing have happened. And basically, and the agreement that was there between Bangladesh and Myanmar in the last regime, the word Rohingya is not even mentioned in that agreement. And it was a bilateral agreement between the two countries, which Myanmar even did not take seriously. So it is, of course, first of all, we need a strong we appreciate the interim government's Professor Yunus's initiative to bring this problem again in the world stage, because it was almost forgotten. Because there's so many crises going on all over the world. They are the Ukraine war, the Palestine war. There are so millions of refugees all over the place. Governments all over the world are more spending on defense budget than on refugee problem. So it is about time that the Rohingya problem is prominent, is highlighted in the world stage continuously. If it's not, then nothing will get started, nothing will get resolved. That's the number one requirement, that to be in the discussion, in the international discussion. That's important. Secondly, I think we need a strong democratically elected government in Bangladesh, whoever that is, to actually combat this situation. Because since it's a multilateral problem, multilateral diplomacy is needed. We need to tie in China, India, our neighborhood countries, the ASEAN countries, the Islamic countries, and of course the West, who we usually hold in high esteem regarding democracy and human rights and all that. But especially our neighborhood, if we cannot make the countries around us, because we all know here that they have a major stake in Myanmar. Of course, I agree with you that repatriation actually has become a myth, but some generation of Rohingya community that's sitting here, what their occupation, what about their livelihood, what do you do about that to be addressed? So there are two problems. One is how they're going to survive now, going down, and food, there is food crisis, there's education crisis, there's livelihood crisis. So how that is one thing. And the another thing is the repatriation that may or may not happen in the future, and how it will happen. It's about time. PNP has always been very serious about the Rohingya crisis. We have been very vocal about Rohingya crisis. If you remember, just before getting arrested, Begum Khaleda Zia, former Prime Minister, actually went to Cox's Bazar coming. So we think it's not only Bangladesh committee, we need to actually address the Rohingya